Not today, not now, not never.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
It's the fucking weekend.
No, it's not.
I'm about to have me some fun. Well, we're stay-at-home moms, so it is.
It is basically the weekend because it's summer. We have a very long weekend.
And it's Friday.
It is Friday. But, you know, it's like a lonely weekend. Like, the boys are still busy, but...
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm so happy. I don't have to wake up at fucking 6:30 anymore.
Oh my God, it's the best. I wish I could sleep in longer. I'm still training myself, but I'm trying.
Oh, I don't need any training. I've been training my whole life.
Dude.
The kids are like, I'm hungry. I'm like, fuck, all right, I'll get up.
God damn!
This will be my goddamn. Are you ready for it? 'Cause it's a great segue. I wish I could sleep in. I feel like I don't need training. It's everybody in my house.
Oh, like your body could do it.
Yeah. I keep trying.
Given the opportunity.
Shit keeps happening, and now I have PTSD. I was sound asleep yesterday morning, whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking sleep in. I also did not feel good, which was gonna be my original goddamn, was that I threw up twice in the morning. Why? You say? Who knows?
This is me knocking on wood, hoping that I don't fucking get that.
You don't get it.
Hope it's not on my coat.
But anyway, so yakking all morning long, and then I'm like slumbering off to sleep, and it feels so good. And it's like 8-something in the morning, right? And I'm like, I love that. I could just go back to bed and die.
Yeah.
And then I hear Chelsea's old little bones rattle around, and she's on my side of the bed being like, hey, bitch, get up. Like, I gotta go potty.
Yeah.
But she doesn't bark anymore because she doesn't do anything. She just exists. Like, she's so old, she just rattles around. Yeah. She's happy to be here.
She just looks at you with those eyes like, this needs pet me.
So she looked at me with those eyes, and then I just hear the sound of her pissing on my carpet. Now, we give her so much of that, like, krill oil, fish oil shit that every time she pisses, it smells so bad. Like fish.
Baby
It's
girl.
so bad. It's so gross. Like, the poor girl, you know? Anyway, so that shot me out of my bed, and after that adrenaline rush, and I couldn't go back to sleep because my fucking room smelled like fishy dog piss.
What did you do?
I had to get up. I was like, no. And she didn't give a fuck. Like, well, I'm not stopping now.
Right. What are you going to stop mid-pee? I was like, did you get a bowl? Like a towel?
No,
Did you put
I
something
just
down?
stood there and watched her, and I was
put
like, fuck my
Put a
life.
pad under.
I accepted my fate right away.
At that point, just stay in bed.
No, because you have to clean it right away.
Well, you do have to clean it right away,
bad.
but like let her finish.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I did. And then I walked
Don't make her run
outside,
around.
and then she went outside and took a poo, so that's good. But then I had to immediately get up and carpet clean, and like the amount of it takes like 3 tanks to get the smell out of like carpet stuff.
Yeah.
And then I have some chemical shit that I spray on it too. So like today it doesn't stink, but yesterday all fucking day I had to open up the whole goddamn house, point like 6 fans at it, and be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And you know the smell. So like even just the slightest little whiff of it, and you're like, it's fucking in my house.
And I have the most sensitive smeller. Lee was like, I don't smell it. And I'm like, Jesus, it's like choking me out, man. Anyways, so that's my goddamn.
Want to know my goddamn?
Yes, of course I do.
Well, we went all the way to Joshua Tree.
Sure shit did.
We sat out in the sun, which is unlike us, first of all.
Yeah, it is.
And we did not get burnt. We put on 1,800 layers of sunscreen.
There was a reason we didn't get burned.
And I sat in the shade. Like, I was in the sun for maybe 2 seconds. Like, 3 minutes tops, right?
Yeah, if it touched you.
If it touched me at all.
Yeah.
I ran through it to get to the shade, but I still had sunscreen on, blah, blah, blah. And I was so proud of myself that I didn't get burnt. And then immediately when I got home, I went to the park with the kids and one of their little friends. And it was cold out, so I put my legs in the sun. And holy freaking shit, I am so burnt.
Are
It's
you?
like... Yeah, I got like a flash burn on these whole sides right here. You can't really see it where it's been a couple days now.
It's just slightly pink now, yeah.
Yeah, but oh my God, it hurts so bad. And I didn't realize until I scratched it. And I was like, how? How did I do this? Like, I was so careful before. I know how I did it. I didn't do anything. That's how I did it.
Went outside.
And I sat in the sun.
Dude, that happened to me fairly recently because like when the kids were in school, one of my favorite things to do is go lay on the trampoline in the sun and like warm up, because for whatever reason it's fucking freezing in the morning and then balls hot in the day.
Yeah, you go sun your butthole.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sunning my butthole, and then if I pull up my shirt, because anything outside of my clothes never sees the light of fucking day. Like, I'm never in a bikini running around.
Right.
Although now I am a little more because I got this fucking pool. But anyway, like if I lift up my shirt, like, oh, let's get more skin contact. That feels good. Girl, I burned my belly like 300 times.
Yeah.
That skin ain't never seen the sun.
Never seen the sun.
And I don't miss that feeling. I am fucking opposed to the feeling of a sunburn.
I am too. I took a shower this morning. It's all hot.
Oh.
It was awful.
And if the sun touches you, you're like, ow.
Yeah, and every time I scratch it, because I forget that I have it.
And
then
it's
I'm like,
itchy because it's healing.
It just hurts again everywhere.
Oh, no.
I put lotion on because I was like, well, I need lotion. I got my legs out, and then it just burned. It's
oh,
awful.
God, that
It's
is the
awful.
worst.
I haven't been
Well,
burnt
you're
in a
only
while.
like 2 more days away from your tan. And then
Yeah.
you'll be able to stand it longer.
But even then, it's only on one side.
Yeah.
Like, it flash burned one side of it. Like, I think I had my legs like this.
Oh, my
So
God.
then my knee is halfway. I don't know. It's
Well,
a
girl, we
nightmare.
got some Tommy Bahama chairs. I'm gonna pick up the poop in the dog yard area, and it's about to be hot girl summer for us.
It is about
You're
to
gonna
be
be
hot
over all
girl
the time. We
Yeah.
can hang out in our bikinis. There's no weird people to stare at us, and our
which
kids
is
don't give a
nice.
fuck.
No.
And we'll chill. We'll listen to music, and we'll reach the heights of Elon Musk's SpaceX satellite dishes.
So excited. Hot girl summer.
Can't wait. Can't fucking wait.
All right, give me your story.
Okay. Are you ready for a doozy this week?
I sure am.
And spoiler alert, it's not directly Epstein related.
Oh, okay.
But to be fair, it takes a lot to research those, and I need a lot of time. And we didn't have a lot of time because we were at a girls' trip. So
Yes.
I'm sure next week will be an Epstein case, and if not, then the week after that.
all right, I like it. Also,
Oh, no, next week is yours. You know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah. Mine won't be Epstein related. I don't have that kind of will of life.
I think this might be my special touch of tism.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I-
special interest.
I literally,
Sex trafficking.
in my spare time, I just want to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, I have fucking Excel spreadsheets. I have a literal web that
See,
I am literally drawing together. Like, how you
scares
used to have to
me.
do those thought bubbles.
yeah, it scares me. And then I go home and I'm like, let's pretend none of it's real and just live in our house.
The only time it has scared me is recently. Like when we did the Paolo Zampoli one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, I actually realized this really is all active and I'm naming names.
And they're out there. Like, they're
Yeah.
still, and they can see.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
hard.
they have eyes.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure it out.
Yeah. That's all right. You know, we'll go down with this ship. Hopefully not, though.
This week, I'm going to tell you about Joan Robinson Hill.
Okay, not Jonah Hill.
No.
Okay,
Not that one.
I was thinking he was getting into some shady stuff.
Oh, girl, should I next week?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. He lost a lot of weight. He's a
That's
different
suspicious.
person now.
That's suspicious. Before
Suspicious.
Ozempic was really big, huh?
He's trying to look different for a reason.
What's wrong, funny guy? Okay, so Joan Robinson Hill
Okay.
was a female.
Okay.
Was born February 6th, 1931 in Houston, Texas.
Okay. 1931.
Yeah,
got
we
an
going
oldie.
back.
We going back.
Going back to Cali.
Where did you say, though?
Houston.
Houston.
Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So, as an infant, Joan was adopted by a wealthy oil tycoon couple. See, I told you, kind of Epstein related.
I mean...
In the elite circles.
okay, Daddy Warbucks.
But I didn't have time to go back and like do the networking
Yeah.
and mapping.
Like,
so,
where'd they get her?
and honestly, I kind of feel like this is the good rich person, but I could be totally wrong because I didn't research a lot. Okay.
Okay, well, let's hope.
Yeah. So anyway, she was adopted by a wealthy oil tycoon couple whose names were Davis Ashton Robinson, who went by Ash, and Rhea Robinson.
Okay.
So at the age of 3, Joan started riding horses, and by 5,
You could do that at 3?
girl, when your daddy is Daddy Warbucks, you can do whatever the fuck you want, evidently.
Apparently, you just get motor skills faster and shit.
And it's the 30s. There's no safety gear.
That's fair. They were like, you don't need a saddle. Sit on the front.
If you get bucked off the horse, fucking run.
You'll bounce. You're young.
Yeah. Your fucking plates in your head haven't fused together
Yeah.
yet. Okay.
Shape different.
Okay, so at the age of 3, like I said, she started riding horses, and by 5, she had become an equestrian,
Jesus.
which I am so dumb when it comes to horses that I don't know what
pinkies up, ladies.
qualifies as an equestrian. Like, you have to be able to hit a certain amount of fucking tricks. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know either.
Like, can that horse do a kickflip?
Like, this one could do an ollie. I don't know. Is it just like you can proficiently ride a horse, therefore you are an equestrian, or like you know how to take care of them too?
Or
and you
maybe
are an
equestrian is just horse girl, but like for rich girls.
Yeah, I think it is that. Like she has the helmet and the pants and the boots.
Yeah, yeah. And like her horse's tail is like,
Braided.
yeah. Like, so by 5, she was an equestrian.
Okay.
Right? And she won her first ribbon at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Now,
which
maybe an equestrian means someone who
goes to rodeos.
competes.
Maybe. But she competed in the rodeo, and she was winning.
Okay.
By the age of 7, Joan was regularly competing and regularly winning first place or second place. So she was, like, really good.
Yeah. She's a horse whisperer.
Yeah. Her whole childhood, her parents spoiled her rotten with anything she needed to be the best equestrian that she could be.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, not in a bad way, like in a cute way. Like, they really cared about her, and they saw her talent, and they invested in it.
Yeah.
And she was fucking great.
And they're like, we'll get the trailers. We'll bring them to the 4-H club.
Yeah, we'll do all the shit.
Yeah.
And everybody was noticing her. Plus, she was beautiful, okay? Mm. She grows up to be gorgeous. And so she was quite famous in the horse riding industry.
Scene.
Which,
right.
again, pardon my fucking poor ignorance, all right? Okay, so when she reached college age, she attended Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri, and her father leased a suite of rooms at a local hotel close to the campus, and he moved his wife into those rooms so that she could be close to Joan while she attended college, and he himself would visit all the time. So they were a very close-knit family.
Okay.
And spared no expense.
That's a little crazy, though.
A little bit, but also...
Like, I would do it. Move to the same town that my kids are in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to hang out here. But, like, I probably wouldn't actually do it. Maybe if I had a lot of money. But that's insane.
You know what I speculate? Now, of course, I can't ask him, so I don't know. But my speculation is this man had a lot of money, and he knew that there was gross people out there. And he saw his daughter becoming slightly famous in, like, the local scene or whatever. And so he's like, I'm going to be with her to protect her until she knows to watch out for these weirdos. That's my take, but I don't know for sure.
I guess,
maybe
yeah.
super overbearing.
Especially if you are a very rich person, a very wealthy person.
It is oil. Like, all he has to do is chill.
Well, who may have seen behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So he knows what's going on. So he knows that it's not a safe world for a beautiful girl who may be in the limelight.
And when you make that kind of money, you start networking with certain kind of people. So you learn a lot. Epstein, you know?
Yeah, I was hinting there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, this is like the 40s, 50s, right? When all this is happening. So
yeah, but there was someone before Epstein.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They would visit her regularly, basically moved to Missouri to be with her while she attended college.
Yeah. Sounds awful. Sorry if you live there.
Joan was an average student who had an active social life, and she started acting in the college's theater productions.
Okay.
A talent scout at MGM was in the crowd one night and offered Joan a screen test at MGM.
Ooh, that's where the lion.
Yeah, that's also where Judy Garland got taken advantage of.
Oh.
Real bad during these times, okay?
All right.
Well, this is why I kind of tend to think that maybe Joan's father was protecting her, because he refused to allow her to do the screen test because he knew Hollywood was full of predators who would take advantage of her.
Okay.
So I kind of think he might have been a good guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, good dad. She was probably really upset about it, though.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Right.
Yeah,
That
but then in
sucks.
hindsight, like,
Yeah.
damn.
But being a young girl at one point, you're like, oh, my dad's always just trying to hold me back.
star.
Yeah, and he doesn't think I can make it or whatever. But dad's really just like,
Nah, they want to touch you where you pee, girl. They
No.
gonna take it all from you.
no, it's real.
Yeah, run.
Yeah.
So instead of becoming an actress, Joan married a man by the name of Spike Benton.
Spike. That sounds
Spike.
fun. Was he the Buffy Vampire Slayer guy? Wasn't that Spike?
Fucking nearly. He was a Navy pilot, which I think is so fucking badass.
It's my dad, so.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. So she married him while she was in college. And for one reason or another, that marriage only lasted 6 months.
Oh.
And she immediately gets married to her childhood friend, a man by the name of Cecil Burglass. Cecil.
He's more her speed.
I suppose.
She's not a Spike girl.
Yeah,
Listen, she's
like,
wealthy.
I need a
She needs a Cecil in her
Yeah.
life.
Well, her father didn't like either of the men, and 6 months after marrying Cecil, she divorced him as well.
Jeez, maybe just don't get married. Maybe date for a while.
Kind of crazy.
Is
like,
it one of those, like, we want a bone, so we get married?
we got to get
you know?
married? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. But also, it's pretty risque to get divorced so many times in these days. So
Right,
that's
you would
interesting.
think.
But
Yeah.
she's fucking wealthy, so she's probably
She didn't
like,
give a fuck.
yeah, I need nothing from this society.
Right, I don't care.
I need no one's approval.
I don't need half. Just go away.
Right. So, through the 50s and 60s, Joan competed professionally and earned quite the career in horse riding. Like, she was super famous in the industry. If anybody knows anything about horse riding, I'm sure they know this girl's name.
Okay.
So while she was out galloping around, winning competitions
As you do.
at a national level, as you do.
In her sparkly ass shirt with her big American flag
Girl,
or whatever.
you know it. Actually, I didn't write all that shit because there was too much equestrian shit for my poor ass. But like, I guess
But she did 10, 15 jumps.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are.
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
any
no,
horse
but they were
words.
talking about her gear, like what
Yeah.
she wore. Like she wore a light gray riding outfit or some shit, which typically in the day was all black or something. So everybody was like, "Wow,"
She's so fancy.
And she had some famous horse like Seabiscuit or something that everybody knows about. But I was like, I ain't never fucking heard of these horses. Like when the horse died, there was a whole ceremony that very famous in the world. All right, and I didn't write any of that shit down because I was like, nerd alert! Tell me you got money. You fucking made a funeral for a horse, bitch. My uncle didn't get a funeral. That's wild. Like the town showed up. Blows my mind. Anyway,
My uncle didn't get a funeral.
that's crazy to me.
Put him in with the horse.
Dude, seriously though. I mean, I get a horse is hard to bury and everything, but get the backhoe and let's go on.
Oh, it's so funny.
I think the horse's name was like Belinda too, and I was like, for a horse?
The Good Witch.
Okay, that's fair. Is it Belinda the Good Witch?
Yeah.
Okay. No, is it Glen?
Glenda.
Yeah,
It's
I was like,
Glenda.
I don't think it's Belinda.
I've never seen it.
Okay, so back to Joan.
Yes. So Joan in her light gray.
Very famous in her light gray outfit. So while she was out galloping around, she fucking meets a man who is named Jonah Hill and
Jonah?
Joan Hill. John Hill. I can do this.
I was like, she met Jonah Hill? He's a time traveler. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
You called it. I'm just here to connect the strings.
Case closed.
No.
go.
Sorry. John Hill.
Okay. So
She
John,
met a man.
John Hill.
By the name of John Hill.
And John and Joan started dating.
Right.
That's weird.
And on September 28th, 1957, the couple got married.
Okay.
Joan and John.
She's on her third husband now.
Yes, third husband. Shortly after their wedding, John became a successful plastic surgeon.
Oh, okay. Good
Didn't
for
see
him.
that one coming, did you?
I sure didn't. I was like, equestrian.
What is it that she did? Well, John's passion was actually in music because since like a very young age, his mom forced like him and all his siblings to learn to play the piano and other instruments and shit. So he was like well versed and a very gifted musician. However, musicians don't generally make a lot of money. So when it came time to pick your, what the fuck are you going to do at the age of 18? He picked plastic surgeon because at the time, Houston only had like 10 plastic surgeons to choose from or some shit. So he was like,
So you need, fill a need.
right. And his dad, I think, or, his family really pushed medicine. They wanted all the kids to go into medicine. Should have started training on scalpel hand, fucking sturdiness instead of music. But I digress.
I mean, it's got that dexterity or something,
Right?
depending on what he played.
He's like, anyway, just going to fucking drum on these guts real quick.
Let me get in there. Let me just put my fingers in it.
Okay, so gifted musician goes into plastic surgery. So his career kicked off with a bit of a rocky start
Uh-oh.
because during his residency, he was performing a routine surgery and he accidentally perforated the patient's bowels. But he just sewed him back up. Like he
Ooh.
wasn't like, let's stop that. He just sewed him back up. And
Okay, I mean, at least if he fixed it, he fixed the problem. That's
Well,
good, right?
well, no. He poked it and then he just sewed the patient back up without fixing the bowels.
Oh, without fixing. I thought he sewed up the perforation.
No. He's just like, and we're done here. But I don't know if he knew.
Yeah, that
if
he
he
knew.
nicked it or not. Okay.
Ooh.
So the patient later died from the complications.
Ah,
not
that's
a good
fucked
look.
up.
Tell me my one fear if I were ever to be a doctor. The first fucking surgery I do? Are you kidding? Who
Oops.
gave me this scalpel?
Oops.
How?
Yeah, I would kill myself or just not do that anymore. Like, that's not my calling.
Let's practice on a pig first. Like, what are we doing? Yeah.
What are we doing?
Let's go back to playing the fucking flute. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
That
so
sucks.
exactly. So the patient dies, and the family had an autopsy performed, which is how they found the mistake.
Yeah.
Regardless, at the end of his residency, he was offered a partnership with a New York surgeon named Nathan Roth.
Okay.
Related
They
to
were
Rothschild?
like 1
I
out
don't
of
know.
10. Pretty good.
Who's to say if he knew or not?
We're not all perfect.
Honest mistake. Okay, now Nathan Roth. I know nothing about him, but the last name Roth, I'm like Rothschild. Like let me know more. But I don't know that they're actually connected
Probably
in any way,
not.
shape, or form. But anyway, so Nathan Roth, he was establishing a practice out in Houston in 1963, and he invites John in to be a surgeon with him.
Yeah.
John's first patient at the new practice, he was doing a jaw surgery when a drill bit fucking broke off in the patient's jaw. I'm sorry. What?
Did you say Is it his first surgery again?
Yeah, back at the new practice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very good track record, okay? So the drill bit breaks off in the patient's jaw. John just, again, sewed it back up and didn't mention the drill bit. He's like hoping for the fucking
Was
best.
it in there?
Yeah, it was in the patient's face still, like in his jaw.
What
And
the fuck? That's going to cause problems.
it obviously causes an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I know where this is going.
Yeah, there's that. It doesn't just go away.
That's crazy. There's no way he didn't know. He had to get a new drill bit to fucking
Exactly.
finish the job.
And he just sewed it up. So did he know if he perforated the patient's bowels? I'm going to guess yes, but I don't know for sure.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
That is wild. Obviously, the issue bubbled up and Nick Roth found out.
He was like, hey, man, you can't do that.
Yeah, and he confronts John about it.
Yeah.
Now, John, he had just lost his brother to suicide not too long before the incident.
Okay.
And he admitted that he was scared to say anything because he messed up his first surgery. You know, like, I was scared to say anything.
Yeah, that's such a fucking not good reason, though.
When you're in medicine, like,
When
that
you're
whole
in medicine,
code of
or
ethics.
In literally anything.
Yeah.
If you mess up, I'm
Just
going to
say
be
it.
more upset if you hide it.
Yep.
Doesn't
Yep.
matter what we're doing. If
Yep.
you come out, though, and you're like, oops, then I'm like, damn it. All right, let's fix it.
Now we're fucked.
Well, but like
The patient's
fix it.
dead.
Well, but if you come and admit it, then
Yeah.
like we can fix the problem. But
Come
if you're
back
just,
here.
like-
There's something I need to check. Let me do an x-ray on that jaw real quick.
Yeah, but if you just hide the problem, like
Yeah,
you're in
he's-
so much more trouble.
He's literally killing people.
Yeah.
So-
Negligently, not negligently.
Yeah, negligence is
Awareedly?
still an offense. I remember learning that when I was
Yeah.
in like the nursing stuff, the like caregiving school or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like this lady yelling at us because some lady got hurt. It wasn't on my shift or anything, but some lady got hurt and she was screaming how negligence is still like
You're still liable.
you
yeah.
can still go to prison for negligence.
Yeah.
Like you're agreeing to not be negligent in
Yeah,
this job.
that's your whole job is to
Right.
be aware and be fucking present during your surgery.
Right? So, because John was going through a hard time due to his brother's passing, Nick gave him a pass. But eventually in 1967, Nick had parted ways with John after John kept calling Nick to cover his shift for him so that he could skip work so that he could go do musical performances.
Okay.
Like, I'm in a band and I got a show tonight. Can you
Yeah.
cover this surgery? And Nick was like, this isn't working out anymore.
He's like, actually, this is your real job.
yeah, this is where
So-
you're making the money.
Either do it or do your side gig.
Exactly. So after John left the practice, he opened his own in the same building as Nick Roth, and he began competing against his previous place of employment.
Okay.
And I'm sure Nick was like, I wouldn't go there.
Nick was probably like, hey, so his first surgery at my place.
Yeah, it did not go very well. So Joan and John were a bit of a socialite power couple, right? Because he's a plastic surgeon, probably doing shit on all the elite faces. And she's an elite face herself,
Yeah.
fucking galloping around and shit. And her dad is a billionaire. So they're obviously a power couple in the social network in Houston. They both very much lead their own social lives within the Houston social scene, where Joan focused on her equestrian career and John spent all of his spare time performing and listening to music. So, jumping back a bit, in June of 1960, the couple welcomed their son, Robert Ashton Hill, into their lives, and the couple moved to a home near Joan's mother and father, and her father loaned them money to buy the nearby property.
Okay.
So, basically, Daddy bought the house,
Yeah.
and it's okay because you get to live by me.
Yeah.
Now, their son, Robert, he was nicknamed Boots, okay?
Fucking cute.
Cute as shit. Now, it sounds like Ash and John, her dad and John, didn't get along that well because John had wanted to borrow some more money from Ash so that he could build his dream music room, which he was asking for like 10 grand for or something. But Ash was like, I just gave you money to buy a house, so
Yeah.
I'm not giving you, like, you don't, if my daughter wants a music room, we'll talk. But like, nah, man, you're gonna have to figure this shit out. Like,
Yeah.
go make an honest living and do something with your
Yeah,
life.
you go make your own fucking music room.
I'm not going to spoil you and whatever.
Yeah.
So, John didn't let that stop him from reaching his dreams of his most fantastical music room, and he went off and he got loans and made this very fancy music room for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Jesus.
So it was
In
like
the 60s?
in the 60s, it was like he had special speakers put throughout. It was a massive room, you know, like nice ass, like marble floor. I don't know, like nice materials
Yeah.
built in it. I'm sure the acoustics were impeccable. Like everything was top of the line. So his 10 grand thing immediately went out the window when he started building it, and it became hundreds of thousands of dollars in the end with loans, like just loans.
That's crazy that they would even give him a loan for that, though.
I know.
Like, what is this loan for?
a music room.
A music room?
Right.
You're fine.
I'm sure there had to be connections, you know? The banks are involved,
Well, they
too.
know who his father-in-law
Yeah, exactly,
is, you know?
exactly. So this room obviously becomes a point of contention in John and Joan's marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Good.
because she's like, what the fuck?
What have you done?
Yeah, you're not very smart with money.
Yeah.
So around the same time, Joan wanted to create a farm that is dedicated to teaching youths about horse riding and such, which she did with the help of her father again. Like, he bought the farm and all this other stuff, and she started running, like, summer camps out of it or whatever.
Daddy's just funding their whole life.
Yeah, right. Setting you up so you can be successful. He's like, fly. Please, somebody fly.
I will push you out of this fucking nest.
I will pay for the flight.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just flap your goddamn wings.
Go.
And so...
But also stay so close.
Yeah, right. Eventually, her horse camp or whatever it was, it didn't bring in a profit like she had hoped, and a family friend had to come help take over the farm.
Okay.
I don't know if it was still a thing or what they did with it, but it kind of became less of a business venture and more of just like, we tried.
We got horses.
Yeah.
Sometimes we ride them.
Right. Okay, so now back in 1968, and Joan and John are starting to have friction in their marriage because of his frivolous spending, and Joan's farm didn't work out, right? So things are starting to get a little tough.
Yeah.
Old John boy, not happy with how everything is going, he runs off and he gets himself a mistress.
What a dick.
What a fucking dick, man. This guy sucks.
Yeah, he landed his ass in the butter and he's going to go out and
sure
fucking
did.
dip around.
He sure did. So his mistress's name was Anne Kurth, who was a mom of 3 boys who had been divorced 3 times prior. And John and Anne actually met while picking up their kids from summer camp. So they were doing like fatherly, motherly duties when they met each other.
Oh.
And then started hooking up not long after they met.
Gross.
And one day, when Joan had returned from a writing competition from outside of Houston, she returned home to a note from John. And it said that he left because things were not good between him and Joan.
Okay, can I return the music room?
Can I get the money back for that?
What the fuck is this? You ruined my house and then left?
Certainly hope you didn't put my name on anything.
Yeah.
Now, Joan is like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to need a lot more information. Like, give me more details.
Yeah, a note? Fuck you.
Right. So she called John's office over and over again to get more info from him, but he never returned any of her calls. He just literally up and left her.
Oh my God. And his kid.
Yep. So Joan's dad, Ash, was like, I have an idea. We could hire a private detective to figure out what he's up to. But Joan was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm good.
Yeah,
we don't
like
need
if
a
he
private
wants
detective.
to go, let him go.
Yeah.
Fine, fuck that guy.
Right. So
That's where I would be.
I know, right? So 2 weeks after he left, John reached out to Joan to meet and talk to her, and he explained that he was having an affair and he was being blackmailed for it, which I don't understand that part. I don't know what part, why. I don't know if that's why he reached out. Like, fuck, I'm about to be blackmailed for this, so let me tell you. I'm not quite sure how the blackmail thing works in. But he calls her to admit, I'm having an affair with this lady named Anne. I'm being blackmailed for it. In the last couple weeks, I've been living at Anne's house. When I left you, I went to Anne's house. So now Joan is in on what's going on.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm right in the middle of building a music room here.
Right. Yeah, I
In
need
my
a new
new
music
place.
room. So then he went off and he got himself an apartment to live in while him and Joan figured things out, which the plan was to officially separate, right?
Okay.
So he got himself an apartment. Like, all right, I ran off to Anne's house. I got to figure some shit out. By the way, if you hear some shit, this is what's going on.
Okay.
Now, in November of 1968, John eventually serves Joan with divorce papers.
Mm-hmm.
Ash had gone off and hired a private detective without Joan.
He's like, I'm going to do it anyway.
Exactly. And he tracked John down and all of that and was keeping tabs on him. But Joan was against it and was telling her father that she wanted to make the marriage with John work. And she wasn't going to sign the papers. So Ash is like, anyway, I figured out all this information about John. And Joan's like, cool, don't care. I'm going to try to make this work, so you're going to want to stop talking shit about him.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be real awkward at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Stop looking because I'm going to be with him still.
Exactly. So Ash, being the doting father that he is, he called up John and asked him to come have a chat with him. Like, hey, we need to talk. When John arrived, Ash had written up paperwork basically saying John agreed to go back to his wife. Like, hey, you're just going to agree that all of this is over. You're going to go back and be the dad and husband that you agreed to be.
You know what is not going to enforce that? A piece of paper.
A contract? What a
Yeah.
rich ass motherfucking
Literally,
way to look at it.
let me fucking sign your name on here. That'll make it a good household.
I'm gonna hold you legally liable.
Be nice to my daughter.
Yeah, so fucking weird. But for whatever reason, it worked because John signed it.
Okay.
Well, I guess here's the reason. Ash made it clear that if John didn't sign the paperwork, that Ash was going to go after him for all his money that John had borrowed from him for buying their fancy homes and that music room and everything over the years.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was some motivation there to be like,
My bad, you're right. I'll hang out for a little bit longer.
right. And so John...
Try and pay this off.
Exactly. So John agreed to sign the paperwork and he moved back in with Joan.
Okay.
I don't know if Joan knew all that, though.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
I don't know how I'd feel either. It's pretty fucking weird.
I love the, like, you know, have a man-to-man, talk to him, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Scare him a little bit, but, like, don't bribe him.
Yeah, but, like, the
like,
bribing?
a weird backwards bribe.
Yeah.
Blackmail.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to be with me, don't force it.
That sounds awful.
That's
but
a
it is the
shitty
60s.
relationship.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so now the whole time that John agreed to move back with Joan, he was still in his affair with Anne. Like, he never broke it off.
Yeah, well, that wasn't part of the contract.
Yeah, I guess not. And eventually, Anne was like, you need to choose either Joan or me. So she put him in an ultimatum.
Okay.
Now, cut to life back at home for Joan and John. They were trying to make things work, and it wasn't going so great because, as we know, he was actively seeing Anne.
Yeah.
Right? For one reason or another, they had two guests come to town and stay with them for like a week. I think they were Joan's friends or family or something like that. Now, right before the guests arrived, Joan discovered that John had never stopped seeing Anne, and she's pissed. She discovers the affair is still happening.
Yeah.
But guests are about to arrive, so we got to pull our shit together real quick. So when the friends get there, they notice that something was up with the couple, and Joan eventually confides in them that John was still actively in an affair, and that and then they all started conspiring what she was going to do. Like, she's talking to all her girlfriends, right? Like, fuck. We were trying to pull it off, but yeah, it's weird. Something's going on here. He's in another affair. What do I do? And so they're having their little girl chat about it.
Yeah.
The guests later in our story, they will go on to mention how John would go out daily and pick up everyone pastries, but he was very particular about who ate what pastry. Like, Joan's pastry is this chocolate eclair. Nobody touched this one. And when she was like, I don't want that one, he would be like, you have to eat it. Like, eat it now. And so this is in hindsight.
That's
okay?
weird.
That's
Yeah.
super weird.
Yeah, that's
and,
weird.
And we kind of think we might know
I know where it's going.
what that means,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if she didn't want it, he would push her to eat it. And the friends mentioned this later, like, it's kind of weird back there.
Yeah.
Then but also you're like, oh, we
She
have
loves
guests.
chocolate eclairs.
We are having donuts, so we don't have to make whatever. Yeah, and I got
for
this
sure.
one especially for her. Exactly. So either way.
Yeah.
Then on March 14th, 1969, John and Joan attended dinner where John performed. It was some big banquet that I'm sure rich people fucking know the name of, but I didn't write it down. But anyway, some big dinner where he got to perform, and he got to perform with like a local big band of surgeons named the Heartbeats or some shit like that. Yeah.
What a great name.
So he was pretty stoked on it, right?
Yeah. He's like, the Heartbeats are coming to town.
Yeah, I get to jam out with them. I was like, the
jam with my
Heartbreakers?
boys.
Tom Petty? No, the Heartbeats, someone different, bunch of surgeons playing shit.
That's really funny.
So he performs at the dinner, and afterwards, the couple drive home, and on the drive home, they have an argument.
Yeah.
The argument was about whether John was going to go out all night partying again, because that's what he would do after these gigs all the time, and he had already done that several times this week, and they had fucking guests. So Joan was like, are you just going to go out and party again? And he was like, yeah, for fucking sure. And she's like, if you do that, then just know that me and your son aren't going to be here when you get back. Like, you're choosing that over your family.
Damn, okay.
And he
Good
was
for her.
like, deuces, and backed out of the driveway.
Bye.
Yeah, so he chose to leave that night.
All right, well, fuck him.
The guests are still at the house, and the next morning, John takes their son to go get a haircut. Like, he
Why?
just fucking, I don't know. I don't know if they're like, we'll fucking cap this until everybody leaves.
Yeah.
Or what.
Now, hang on. I'm going to be honest. As a guest, a house guest, I'd probably be like, I think we'll just get a hotel.
Yeah,
Like,
after that.
I'm going to head out.
But
This
I
feels
mean,
awkward.
it's probably a very fancy house.
But it's so nice here. Hang on, let me use your jacuzzi tub first,
There
and
were,
then
like-
we're going to head out.
There were like maids and shit. So I could imagine you could be in the West Wing and like not be
aware
involved.
of what's going on.
Yeah.
With I guess.
It'd
yeah.
be out of the way. But
And-
yeah,
And maybe they're her friends, and so she's like, I
don't
want you to
leave
be
me
around.
alone with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Maybe,
knows?
Maybe. It feels awkward.
Right. So while they're out getting their haircuts and shit, Joan has a close neighbor over and her 2 house guests, and they play a game of bridge in John's music room because it's the nicest room in the fucking house.
Yeah, she's like, you see these fucking parquet floors?
Yeah, what song do you want to hear? You'll hear it in your teeth. These parquet floors. Now, Boots later says that while they were getting the haircut, they stopped at John's apartment, which he still had.
Okay.
Even though they were supposed to be living together, he still maintained his apartment.
Well, at least an end to
yeah, we got 6 more
February.
months on this bad boy. So when they were there, Boots says that John went in and grabbed something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we don't know what it is that he grabbed, but it might be relevant. Okay? So just pin that for a moment.
Okay, he got something from the house.
Right.
Apartment.
So they come home to the ladies playing bridge in John's beloved music room.
He's like, I told you never to come in here.
Yeah, exactly. He turns into the fucking beast. No. He just hangs out on the other side of the music room. Now, I don't know if that's out of spite.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is it really big?
I think it was.
I'll just be on the west wing of the music room.
Yeah, I'll be over here. Exactly. And I'm like, is that out of spite where you're like, you're not going to get all your fucking friends to hang out in my goddamn room?
Right.
And did she do it because she's like, I know he's going to fucking hate it because he wants to hang out in here. He's in here all the time.
It's where he always is.
The hen clutch here, just shooting the shit over bridge. The ladies are playing bridge. He's on the other side of the room. And when he arrived, Joan began speaking loudly to her friends about how she plans to find a lawyer and divorce John. Like having a fight with him in front of them
across the
without
room.
him.
I love that's messy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, super passive aggressive, okay? And one of her house guests got super uncomfortable because it's the fucking 60s, right?
And they're like,
I'm just gonna fucking leave.
No, I don't know a good divorce lawyer.
I'm happily married. Please don't fuck up my good gig. So anyway, they were getting uncomfortable, and the house guest was like, you need to stop talking about this so loud or I'm going to leave.
Oh, good for them.
And so Joan starts writing it down on a piece of paper that she plans to hire a lawyer and remove John from her will and stuff.
Jeez.
And so her friends just quietly reading this as they play bridge.
Good ideas.
Yeah, I would do that. You want me to eat this letter? Will it self-destruct? Can he read?
Should we burn it? Can he read? I know he's a surgeon, but it's plastic.
Oh, he's not a very good one, too. So
Yeah.
later that night,
Perforate a fucking bowel.
honestly, leave a fucking drill bit in a jaw. Later that night, with the guests at their house, they were all unwinding, listening to music, and Joan and John have a little dance in the living room. Now, I'm guessing everybody's wined and dined at this point, and they're just jamming out because it's the fucking 60s and there's
Got nothing
nothing
else
else
to
to
do.
do.
Put it on the fucking phonogram or whatever.
Right.
Crank her up, baby.
Right. And the house guests had suggested that they dance, and so they start dancing.
That's so
okay?
fucking weird. What a
I
weird
know.
time.
Fucking
be
weird. Like,
alive.
can you just swallow your feelings and fake it for all of us, please?
Yeah.
Go dance.
Go
How
dance.
romantic.
Show us how you look together twirling. Give us
Yeah.
a twirl.
So Joan and John go to bed that night all lovey-dovey. And the next day, Joan didn't wake up till mid-afternoon, and she explained to her friends that John had given her some pill last night and it really knocked her out.
Uh-oh.
She also tells her guests that John made her very happy last night
Ew.
and that she thinks that they're going to work out after all.
Giggity.
She's like, he roofied me and it was great.
I didn't have to do shit.
He got what he wanted and I got sleep.
I just laid there. It was great.
Oh my God. She was, however, stuck in bed all day because she vomited her breakfast up
Oh.
when she tried to eat it.
That's not good.
But that
That's
could be a
gross.
hangover.
Sure, yeah.
So the following day, Joan was still too ill to entertain her guests. So John took the guest and his son out to dinner that night. And on the way home, John stopped and got Joan some medicine and a carton of orange juice.
Okay.
Joan continued to be super ill and vomiting nonstop, becoming super dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
By Monday, March 17th, it was time for her house guests to head back home, and Joan reassured them that she would be okay. Like I'm just not feeling great. I don't know. I must have ate something bad, but go on now, kid.
Yeah.
So after the house guests left, John told the housemaid to let Joan rest and not to disturb her for any reason at all.
Don't go in that room. Ever.
Yeah, precisely. And the next morning, Tuesday, March 18th, the maid goes in to check on Joan after John left for the day because she's like, something isn't right. This is weird, right?
Yeah.
And she found Joan laying in bed in a soiled nightgown.
Ew.
Like she pooped herself.
Poor girl.
When she moved her to change her, she discovered that most of the feces was dried.
Oh, like it had been there for a while.
Exactly. And there were 2 towels placed underneath her as if to catch the loose bowels, but they weren't actually cleaned up. Like, oh, we'll just throw a towel on it. Put some newspaper on that.
Yeah, so he knew what was happening and was allowing it to happen.
And that's why he was like, don't go check on her.
Ah, the mattress.
Yeah, mattresses are actually kind of expensive.
Yeah.
That's a sleep number.
Especially in the 60s.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
Yeah.
There's no waterproof covers on those bitches.
Right. When the maid moved to change her, found that everything was gross and dirty and not cared for. The feces appeared to have a lot of blood in it as well, which is not good. And not in the favor of Joan. So the maid tries to help Joan up to go to the bathroom to get her cleaned up. And as she's doing so, Joan starts to turn blue, like she's not getting oxygen.
Uh-oh.
Immediately, the maid calls her husband, who worked for Joan's dad, Ash, and tells him what's going on to ask him to let everyone know, like, hey, we need help. Joan's not doing good.
You guys come figure this shit out.
Right.
This is above my pay grade.
Right. And now I think they're elite, so you don't just call 911. Like, there's,
I'm
there's
sure they have
a
doctor
pecking
on call,
order.
Whatever, yeah.
So the maid's husband calls Joan's parents, but no one answers. And so he calls John's work and leaves a message.
Oh, no.
Eventually, everyone gets the news, and John comes home, and Joan's mom rushes to Joan's house because she didn't even know that her daughter was sick.
Yeah.
So she's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
When she walked in, she saw Joan in bed, covered in feces still, and she was clearly feverish. And John was just standing at the foot of the bed like, yeah, she don't look good, you know? He said, I think that Joan needs to go to the hospital, but he didn't call an ambulance, and instead made his semi-conscious wife ride in the car to a close hospital that didn't have an emergency room or intensive care unit.
Okay.
So when Joan arrived...
Just like a clinic?
Basically, yeah. I guess it had beds, though. It sounds like it did.
Yeah, great. She can lay down.
Yeah, but it's not meant for overnight? I don't know. So when Joan arrived, a nurse came to the car with a wheelchair to put her in a private room immediately because this is all hush-hush. They're like fancy, well-known people, right?
Yeah.
When they took her blood pressure, it was 60/40, so like super low.
Yeah.
She's losing blood. It's not good. She doesn't have blood pressure.
Uh-oh.
And when the doctor saw her, he assumed that it was the flu or maybe food poisoning and ordered IV fluids for her.
Okay.
Another doctor was like, I think she might be in septic shock. Like, I don't think it's the flu. And so they drew her blood for culture, but that would take 72 hours for the results to grow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So within 6 hours of being at the hospital, Joan's kidneys started to fail.
Oh, no.
However, the clinic she was at didn't have a kidney dialysis machine, and the doctor determined that she was too sick to transfer to any other hospital.
So she, like, sucks.
Sucks to suck. Well, they did have an alternative. So I guess this hospital that she was at could do what's called a peritoneal dialysis. Sorry if I just brutally murdered how to say that.
Is that through the bottom half? Because peri, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
I think it's through your
perineum?
abdomen wall. It's like, it does something where like you put medicine in the abdomen wall and it absorbs the fucking whatever
Badness.
the shit that your kidneys aren't absorbing out of your blood. It can do that through some like membrane in our abdomen or some shit.
Okay.
And then it drains out. So like, I don't know if it's like good.
Gross.
Yeah, but it's not like a full dialysis machine that would filter the blood and then put it back into your body. It's like you're trying to get your body to do the work for you, right?
Yeah. It's like a Hail Mary, basically. Like,
Exactly.
This is what we could do that hopefully would clear up the problem.
And so he wanted to do that, but he needed John's consent first. And I don't know why the fuck John wasn't at the hospital, but he wasn't.
He wasn't
there.
at the hospital?
No.
Bitch, it's 6 hours.
Fucking not that long, man. She's dying.
Not
You
even
think
a
we should
whole
hang
work
around?
day. Yeah.
Get fucking grandma to watch Boots. Like, what are we
Right.
doing? Yeah, so I don't know, different time. So the doctor wants to do that procedure because it's the only thing he thinks is going to make her better, which also call a fucking ambulance and just have her transported.
Yeah,
like,
at this point.
give her an adrenaline shot to the heart and
Right.
give her 30 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
what? That's
What do you
crazy.
mean?
That is crazy.
Or get a doctor down here. I don't know. Can we transport the fucking machine?
I know, right? Like, can it be that hard?
I don't know the answer to that. So
So
sorry if it sounds dumb.
I know, right? So, I mean, I've seen the machines. I feel like.
Have you? I haven't. I was like, are the
Yeah,
size
my
of
dad
buildings?
was on dialysis. It was really bad, guys. This is really bad. I never want to have to do that. And people who live on it, oh, fuck, man. What a special torturous way to live life.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, they obviously call John to the hospital.
Yeah.
And it's 9:15 at night on the 17th.
Mm-hmm. He's
And-
like, I have work in the morning.
And he's like, for sure, I'll come down there to talk to you. But he doesn't show up until 11 p.m. to give his consent for the treatment. So he fucking took his sweet ass time. And it was only like right down the road.
God damn.
Yeah.
That feels like it's an on purpose. Why didn't he just give consent over the phone?
I don't know. Maybe they have to sign something, you know?
Maybe.
So, March 19th at 12:30 a.m. So now it's an hour and a half after John gave consent. The doctor checks on Joan, and she's still in rough shape, but her blood pressure is a tad better, and he felt that she was stable and sedated enough for him to leave for the night. He's getting pretty tired.
Jesus, he's gonna leave?
He's gonna leave. So by
What the fuck, guys?
The fuck?
Just, is anyone at the hospital? Is there a nurse there?
They just shut it down.
Yeah, turn off the
She'll
lights.
sleep good here.
Yeah, we have a nightlight.
Yeah. No, there's like nurses and stuff watching her.
Okay.
So by 2:30 a.m., an attending nurse notices Joan's vitals crashing and alerts the nurse station for a crash cart. Like, we got a fucking code blue, bitches.
Yeah, get the doctor back in here.
Yeah. When the first nurse entered Joan's room, Joan raised her head slightly and tried to call out John's name, but blood poured from her mouth.
That's crazy.
That's so sad.
Ugh.
Also, I didn't write this down, but she kept begging John to stay with her. Like, she was so sad and, like, didn't want him to leave her. And I think during this time, it's hard to tell, right? The way they write all these stories, and half the shit comes from Wikipedia, so it's like a fucking quilt pieced together trying to understand what happened.
Right.
But from what I understand, John was at the hospital, but, like, in a guest room down the way. So,
he's like, I'm tired.
Yeah,
What
man.
a dick.
Only an hour and a half after he got to the hospital to give consent.
What a dick.
Either way. So she tries to sit up and calls John's name. Blood pours from her mouth. She goes into cardiac failure. And the resident on duty attempted to give her an adrenaline shot to the heart to save her, but was not successful. And Joan passed away.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
It's so sad. She got baby boots.
What a fucking torturous way to go.
Oh my God, seriously. Now, Texas state law at the time was that if a patient came to a hospital and died within 24 hours, an autopsy has to be performed. By law. Has to be. Joan's doctor explained this to John, and regardless, John called the local funeral home where his fellow musician and physician worked and had Joan's body picked up in less than 4 hours after her death.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Within an hour of receiving her body at the funeral home, the mortuary began embalming her body, and halfway through the embalming process, the hospital's pathologist showed up to start the autopsy process. Well, he clearly discovered a half-embalmed Joan, and he could only complete a portion of the autopsy because everything's tainted now. Like, there's fucking chemicals running through her veins that we can't tell what's going on. He discovered her pancreas was more maroon than it should have been, so maybe she had died of pancreatitis.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because all the other evidence had been removed in the embalming process, so that's the only organ that he could really assess.
Oh my God.
Immediately, Ash, Joan's father, was like, nope, John killed her.
Yep.
I want a second autopsy.
Yeah.
So on March 21st, the day of Joan's funeral, Ash pulled in a favor with the district attorney. Again, I'm saying, I think this man was very connected, okay?
Yeah. He's like, I golf with him on Sundays. Hang on.
Yeah, let me just pull in a favor real quick. So he calls the DA, and the DA has the county medical examiner come out to the funeral home that morning to perform a second autopsy before she's buried.
Mm-hmm.
He demanded blood and urine samples, which I guess they handed over. Although I don't know how damaged or tainted the samples were at this point, but they did get some from what the original mortuary had like drained from her.
Mm-hmm.
This medical examiner determined that the most likely cause of death was hepatitis because her liver was all messed up, but ruled out poisoning. Okay. Of course, Ash is still not happy with all of these responses from the medical examiners, and so he petitions for John to allow Joan to be exhumed for a third autopsy, which John refuses and is like, you're not digging her up.
Yeah. Well, and also he got the answer he liked. So.
Yeah, exactly. So Ash got himself a fancy lawyer and found the best pathologist in the U.S., which was a man by the name of Dr. Milton Halpern from New York City.
Okay.
5 months after Joan died, somehow Ash was able to have a grand jury agree to have his daughter exhumed and a third autopsy performed.
Oh, okay.
He got some strings to pull.
Apparently.
Upon opening the casket, Dr. Halpern discovered dried mud inside, which suggests that the casket had been opened after Joan was originally buried.
Yeah, that's weird.
When he questioned the mortuary home about this, they informed him that John had Joan exhumed 3 days after her death, after her burial. Yeah. to look for a piece of jewelry that he thought she had been buried with. So I guess he was very strict, like no jewelry on Joan when she's buried. I don't want her to have a lick of jewelry on there. And then
he was like, I can't find her fucking diamond ring. Bring her back.
Yep.
Let me check her body. Let me check her pockets.
Yep.
What the fuck?
And I guess the mortuary home was like, that's actually not that unusual for family members to accidentally bury their loved ones with something.
I think I left my phone in there.
Dude,
I'd just bring her up and check. I've been calling it. It's not in the car. It's not in my house.
The location keeps pinging in the cemetery. I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. Can we get it before the battery dies?
Can everyone be really quiet?
I feel the ground vibrating. Oh my God. So Dr. Halpern was surprised to discover that all of the contents of Joan's stomach had not been removed during the original autopsy, but that Joan's heart and brain were missing from her body, which is unusual. They usually put it back after they look at shit.
Okay. Like in a turkey gizzard bag? Like all in the middle?
You know, I'm going to go ahead and guess they put them back where they go. Kind of like the brain goes in there, slop.
Just like a puzzle.
Yeah, they take what they need and they leave the rest.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a sleeping bag or whatever, though. Like, it'll never go back into its original packaging as it's supposed to.
No way. It doesn't look right. They probably just throw everything in the cavity, like you said, like a gizzard. I don't really exactly know, but the doctor was like, the fuck? Where's her brain and heart? Like, those are two very important organs.
Where are they at?
Yeah. And so he asked the funeral home about her brain and heart. Like, hey, what'd you guys do with that? Mm-hmm. And the doctor there, who again was the friend of John, remember? The fellow musician and physician? Mm-hmm. So the doctor there admitted that he didn't return those organs. But don't worry, because he knew where her brain was.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put those back, but, like, I got it in a cabinet.
Girl, it's in the trunk of his car. Her brain. No, I'm not kidding.
In a cooler?
I don't know.
Or just, like, in there?
In a jar?
In a bag?
I don't know. I have no
Tupperware?
idea. And at this point, it's months. Like 6 months later, I think I said, right?
He's like, is that still in my trunk?
I think I left it there.
Oh, my God.
You don't do that on accident. That was there on purpose.
That's
Why?
Why? Well, then why so readily admit to it?
I don't know.
Like, let me go home tonight
and what about the heart? Like, what? He didn't say, he's like, I got the brain.
Oh, the brain? Yeah. The heart, though, no idea.
No idea. That's just gone.
That was used for some Santeria shit.
Girl, you probably ain't wrong about it, okay? So, the doctor was like, give me that brain.
Yeah, we're going to need it fucking back.
And he got it back. He took it out of the trunk of the fucking car, and Dr. Halpern examined the brain.
He's like, this hasn't been refrigerated in months.
I can't tell. I cannot understand how this could be preserved. And even if it's in a jar of fucking alcohol or whatever you need, like, wouldn't shit still get messed up because you're breaking the cells down with the alcohol? Like, it kills everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, you could see patterns, though. You'd be like, she was gonna have Alzheimer's for sure. Those folds were very smooth.
I guess, yeah.
But past that, I'm not sure what you can determine. But this doctor...
But, like, at least reclaiming it
right,
is a good thing.
That's mine. I'm gonna want that with the body. So this doctor, he examines the brain, and he thought that maybe meningitis got her. Like, she died from meningitis. So now we have hepatitis, pancreatitis, meningitis. Like, we have evidence of all three of those. Which is it? What the fuck happened, right? So he took the tissue samples back to New York, which is where Dr. Halpern's from, and worked on trying to understand what killed Joan, right? Like, it might be meningitis. Let me put all my fucking notes together. Let's get these labs out, and I'll put up a whole report for you to walk away with. But that's going to take me a while to put together.
Yeah.
So Dr. Halpern didn't issue his report until April of 1970, where he stated, quote, "It is now my opinion that Joan Robinson Hill came to her death as a result of a fulminating infectious process, the specific nature of which is no longer determinable."
Because they destroyed all the evidence.
So he's like, she was infected, likely bacterial. I didn't put that part, but he said it was likely from a bacteria, so less likely viral. But he can't tell which kind of bacteria or anything because it all got fucked up. Mm-hmm. Everything got fucked up. But every one of her organs is infected with something. We just don't know what.
Okay.
He also stated that John's lack of action in caring for Joan is what ultimately led to her death. So if she had just gone to the hospital sooner, they could have given her antibiotics and she would have been well.
But negligence is still, you're culpable for
culpable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Full circle, baby.
Yeah.
Also, shortly after Joan's death, John produced a will stating that John was her executor. However, Ash produced a newer one that Joan had created when they were on the rocks, right?
Yeah.
Naming her father the executor.
Okay.
The two battled it out in court, and handwriting experts were involved to determine if the one that Ash produced was forged, and a jury determined Ash's will to be the acting one.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it wasn't forged, it's
Yeah.
real.
Okay.
In the will, Joan named her parents as the ones who would take over caring for Boots, should anything happen to her, and
Can
not
you just
John.
do that, though? Like, he is still the dad.
I have no idea. They're rich, though, so I'm sure they could do something.
I mean, I'm sure she could, like, request it or whatever, but, like...
yeah, maybe
still
then
his
look at his
son.
character, like, okay, well, he was cheating and doing this. Is this a safe environment for a son to
Right.
grow up in? I don't know.
Or, like, a 50-50 custody kind of
Right,
situation. But,
right.
like, just because she's the mom doesn't mean that she gets to, like, dip out and be
But
like,
then
he
does
doesn't
she
get
get
it.
to give up her power to them? So, like, it's still half and half. He
Right.
still has a vote, but they also have a vote.
Maybe. I don't know if it works that way. But,
I don't
like, I
either.
could see it working that
Yeah.
way. But I don't think it works with
I'm
her
not
just
quite
being like,
sure.
you can't have him at all.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But obviously, a long legal battle takes suit where Ash Robinson goes after John Hill and petitions the district attorney to go after John for the murder of Joan.
Okay.
So he's like, you can't have the fucking kid. You can't have any of this. This is the will. You fucking murdered her. I'm on to you. You're not that like, you're not tricky.
Yeah,
Get out of
yeah.
here, right?
You're actually kind of dumb and
Now-
not a good plastic surgeon.
Exactly. Now, the DA didn't think that they had enough for murder, but agreed that there was some suspicious things going on. And that's how they got the third autopsy done at that point, right?
Okay.
So the DA is like, let's bring this guy to a grand jury. We're going to do the autopsy, which is that report I just told you about. And then we'll see if he did murder or not, if he committed murder.
Mm-hmm.
So John gets himself a lawyer and maintains his innocence and agrees to take truth serum to prove that he did not kill her.
Truth serum.
Yes, but he denies a polygraph test. He's like,
Okay.
fuck your polygraph test. Give me truth serum.
Give me a margarita, though, and I'll tell you all about it.
I'm going to spill my guts. Do it in a way that, like, I can't trick you. You're going to give me the serum, and I'm going to spill my guts, right?
Okay.
So he is given truth serum.
What the
and
fuck is truth serum?
fucking
Is it
know,
a
girl.
margarita? Like,
This
what is
like
truth
some-
serum?
They shoot it into your neck.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
fucking
the
know,
70s.
man. I
They don't have truth serum now.
MK Ultra's like, hold on.
Wait a minute. You guys can't just have that.
You can have one of my vials.
I mean, Ash was well connected.
yeah, see? I don't know, but he agrees to take truth serum, okay?
Okay.
But-
But so do I.
Ash thinks, so he passes the truth serum test. He takes it and they're like, oh, he didn't admit to murder. That's so crazy.
Crazy. It didn't
Yeah.
work.
And Ash thinks that he didn't get enough of the medicine or something because his responses were too controlled.
Yeah,
So he
give him
was
more
like,
serum.
Yeah, I think he could still control whether or not,
What he's
answer
talking about.
giving.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but shortly after Joan's passing, John married Anne right away.
Well, they'd been dating for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
It's not like you had to find somebody and go through the whole courting process.
Right.
But also, as Anne,
Oh, girl, run.
girl, what are you doing?
What are we doing? So they only end up staying together for like a year.
Okay. And she's on husband number 4.
I know. And against John's lawyer's advice, John divorces Anne during all of these allegations of murder, right? And he divorces her one day before the grand jury trial of the murder of Joan.
To be fair, I would be grateful to be divorced before my husband got grand juried.
That's true. But
Like,
for
You
him,
deal with it. I'm not going.
his lawyer is like, if you stay married, you have
looks better.
spousal privileges and she can't testify against you.
Oh.
If you divorce her, you
didn't
no
think about
longer have spousal privileges and she can testify against you. And John was like, I'm just going to handle all of this, and divorces her one fucking day before
He's
the
like,
trial.
I trust her.
Yeah. So, because
She's
of
like,
that,
I'm actually a girl's girl.
yeah,
I've been
actually,
in this to
fuck
get
you.
the details.
Yeah. So Anne showed up on his trial and took the stand.
Good for her.
She testified that John admitted to killing Joan and attempted to kill her 3 times while they were together.
What the fuck?
Girl, run!
What are you doing?
Run! What are we doing? Okay, so she claimed that one time John crashed their car into a bridge. I don't care. Sorry.
I love it.
So she claimed that John crashed their car into a bridge in an attempt to kill her. And then another time he injected her with a syringe of something, but she doesn't know what was in the syringe. Ew.
Jesus.
She claimed that she went to his apartment while they were dating and found 3 Petri dishes in his bathroom with red stuff in them. And he became annoyed when she found it. And she asked, like, what is this? And
My
he was
science experiment. Stop fucking with it.
That's how he responded. He was like, it's just an experiment. Like, leave it alone.
God, why are you so nosy?
Another time she came over and there were pastries in the fridge. And when she asked about them, he became annoyed again and told her, don't eat them.
So is he making a bacteria in his little Petri dishes and
shoving it in the
them
pastries
into
and then
the
bringing them
eclairs?
to Joan and being like, eat only the chocolate eclair.
And he went to go get the pastries,
Yep,
aka
and that's
from
what
his
Boots,
apartment.
That's what Boots saw that haircut time, right? He went in to get something.
He would have come out with a pastry box.
Also,
Where do you get pastry boxes if you don't work at a pastry? You could probably borrow
maybe
one.
he's like, oh, I just had them in the fridge or whatever. I don't think Boots was asking him any questions. He's like,
right.
we
He
just
also
have to
didn't
get
give a
something.
shit. He's like, "Did you get me a glazed?"
Also, I think, I don't know for sure, but I think that when they were coming home from that dinner that Joan missed because she was laying in bed dying, I think he went back to his apartment to get more of the bacteria to give her the medicine in her OJ or something.
Right.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know for sure about that part. That's the speculation that I put together of like, was it really medicine, my friend?
Right.
Because I don't think so.
Oh, that's fucking
So
gross.
she also claimed, so if
He
you
had
guys,
a little mad scientist lab over there.
I
in his
know,
apartment,
right?
above his toilet,
isn't that crazy? Just sitting on the fucking shelf.
the back of the toilet.
Don't touch those Petri dishes.
Close the seat when you flush, or you're going to contaminate everything.
Yeah, actually, I think it'll just help his experiment if you leave it open.
Right. Yeah.
He wants
and,
more
and
bacteria.
she has E. coli.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we know that those pastries in the fridge were likely used to fucking poison Joan, right?
Mhm. From the bacteria grown in his
In the
toilet.
bathroom. Yeah. And also claimed on the stand that John injected himself with some antidote prior to the truth serum test, and that's how he got out of that.
This is some mad scientist bullshit.
Isn't that
I have
fucking
an antidote
wild?
to the truth serum.
These elite motherfuckers have access to literally anything. You need a passport? I got you. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Can you imagine if it's real? Or like, what?
It's
Like, what
real.
is truth serum?
Yeah.
Do you think
Oh,
he
yeah.
just ate charcoal?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of blocker you can do or something like that. Like, the CIA have figured all this shit out around this
Yeah,
time.
but John's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but he's a physician, so he has access to medicine and,
Yeah, I
like, you know, the
guess.
fucking pharmacy that you order it from. And I'm sure he's got friends who are like,
And
"Yeah,
they're
man."
like, this is the truth serum antidote.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Or
like,
what if
I'll
it's
take
just
one
like
vial.
a normal antibiotic that they found out works for it or something?
Right. Man.
I don't know anything about truth
It's
serum.
some science fiction shit. Neither do I.
This whole story, I
That's
was
why
like-
it's blowing my mind.
This whole story, I was like, is this real? Is
Like,
this,
is this real?
is this just a story that somebody made up?
Right?
Okay, so in the end, the grand jury voted to indict John on murder by omission
Okay.
charges, right? Stating that there isn't enough evidence to show that he for sure poisoned her or caused her illness, but he definitely didn't do anything to care for her once she was sick, and he withheld care from her, which ultimately resulted in her death.
Yes.
So they were like, you're going to need to bring him to trial.
Yeah, it's at least negligence or whatever.
Right. So his trial began February 15th, 1971. Anne took the stand again and explained that John admitted to her that the Petri dishes contain cultures grown from all forms of human waste,
Gross.
and that he was injecting that into the pastries.
Gross.
Joan became ill and asked John for meds. Anne claims that he added those cultures to the medicine he was injecting her with, poisoning her further.
Mm-hmm.
After Anne's testimony, a mistrial was requested and granted. For what? I have no idea. But something happened to where he was granted a mistrial.
I mean, technically it's hearsay, right?
Yeah, I guess. Like, if you can't prove it,
Yeah, because it's just saying, like, Anne could
it's
say
just
anything.
one person's opinion
Yeah.
against another. Girl, I don't know. But in June of 1971, while awaiting for a new trial date, John married a third wife,
Jesus
a
Christ.
woman by the name of Connie.
Killed her.
The second murder trial was scheduled for November 1972.
And then he divorced her.
Right, and then got married again. However, on September 24th, 1972, so 2 months before his trial, John was shot dead by a masked gunman
Uh-oh.
at his mansion
What?
where John and Connie were returning home from a conference.
Okay.
So, John's mom and Boots were home at the time when a masked intruder entered the home 30 minutes prior to John returning home.
That's terrifying.
He tied the mom, well, he or she, I don't know,
Yeah,
it's a masked
they.
intruder, right? Tied the mom and son up and waited for John at the door. When John and Connie arrived home, the masked intruder greeted them at the door in a green mask. Welcome home.
Hello. Hello.
It's like fucking Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Party.
Because I gotta.
Like,
Have a seat right over here.
What the
And
fuck?
he's playing jazz music and shit.
Oh, I'm sure. Smoking a cig.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when John and Connie arrive, there's the green masked man in the door, and Connie screams and runs away. I think he grabbed Connie, and Connie scuffled away and books it, running down the street screaming for
Who
help.
grabbed Connie? The masked person?
Yeah, the bad
Okay.
guy. The
I thought
intruder.
it was John. I was like you're
John's
not
like,
going anywhere.
Throw it in front of the
Yeah.
green. No. I think the masked intruder grabs Connie. She struggles away, runs down the street screaming for help.
Yeah.
John, still back with the fucking masked intruder in a scuffle, okay?
Okay.
Had a little scuffle, and then 3 gunshots rang out. And when the police arrived, they found John's 12-year-old son, hands and feet still bound, and he was standing over his dead father.
Oh, that's
The
sad.
tape on the kid's mouth had come off, and he was screaming, "They killed my daddy." That's so sad.
That's fucking
Okay.
horrifying.
When they rolled John over, his eyes, nose, and mouth had all been taped shut, and there were 3 gunshot wounds on him, 1 to his chest, 1 to the arm, and 1 to the shoulder. Immediately, John's family and Connie thought that this was a hit hired by Ash for the death of his daughter, and they filed a $7 million lawsuit against him for wrongful death.
Okay.
Now,
That's
at
a
the
lot.
time, putting tape over the eyes, mouth, and nose of the victim was kind of like a big sign of, like, I don't want to say the mob, but like that,
Like
you
a
know, that
hit.
underground world.
Yeah.
Like the police were like, oh, this was a hit.
Yeah.
And so Connie and everybody was like, oh, he just got fucking killed because Ash thinks that he killed Joan.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was Ash too.
I think it was, you mean John? You think it was John too? Oh, you
no,
mean
I think
Ash
it was Ash
hiring a hit.
Hiring
Yeah.
someone. Like, I think he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna put my fucking hopes in another trial. I'm
100%.
I'm just gonna figure this whole thing out.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
Handle it.
fix this.
Yeah, like I don't think Ash
100%.
killed him, but
Right.
hired someone
For
or whatever.
sure.
Had connections.
I would agree with that assessment. Now, Ash maintained his innocence, and another trial was had where Ash was cleared of any wrongdoing in the death of his son-in-law. Don't
Good.
know how they did that, but he also knew people.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. He's like, I play fucking cribbage with the judge on Tuesdays.
Exactly. He ain't gonna convict me of shit. Now, during John's murder, his briefcase from his apartment turned up missing. I don't know how they noticed. Like, they're going through all his shit, and they were like, he always has a briefcase, and it's not here. Whatever.
Okay.
So shortly after Ash was exonerated of the murder of John, a boy, just a random neighborhood boy, found John's missing briefcase in the bushes close to his own old apartment.
Okay.
Near the briefcase and in some bushes, detectives found the gun used in John's murder.
Oh.
Interesting. When they traced the owner down, they discovered it was another doctor who owned the gun, but claimed it had been stolen by 2 prostitutes not too long before John's murder.
I hate it when prostitutes get a hold of my gun.
Yeah, honestly, you got to keep that shit locked up, man. You're hanging out with unsavory people.
You dabble with one thing at a time. If you're going to have your gun, you don't get prostitutes. If you're going
Right.
to have your prostitutes, you put your gun away.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a form of protection, but, you know, you're going to get fucking pocketed.
Yeah, but like,
pickpocketed.
they'll take it. They'll take it from you.
They certainly will, and they did. So when they tracked down one of the prostitutes who called herself Dusty, but her real name was
It's a
Marcia
fucking excellent tootin' name. More dusty.
Dusty, but her real name was Marcia McKittick.
Okay.
All right. She confirms that she stole the gun from the doctor and gave it to her pimp, a man by the name of Bobby Wayne Vandiver.
Okay.
When they bring in Bobby, they're like, "Hey, Bobby, what's going on here?" Right?
He got
says-
a gift. It was a gun.
Yeah,
What'd you do with
Marcia
it?
just brought it to me.
Yeah.
So he says that Marcia and another sex worker by the name of Lila Paulus helped him carry out the murder. So he's like, I killed John. I did that with that gun.
What the
But
fuck?
it wasn't just me. Marcia gave me the gun, and this Lila person helped me also.
Okay.
So
that's weird.
He claims that Lila is the one who had a client, okay, because she's a
Mm-hmm.
sex worker, who wanted a hit on a doctor who had killed his wife, John, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that the client was the dead wife's father, Ash. So is Ash getting prostitutes, or is Ash just tracking him down and being like, hey man, can you help me find somebody to kill this guy?
Probably both.
Yeah, who
He's
knows?
probably like gets prostitutes, and then this one time he was like, you know what? They're also kind of shady, or they know some shady
I
people.
bet they know
I'm gonna
someone.
go talk to them.
Right.
Yeah.
So Lila is like, I met who we're presuming to be Ash.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's kind of the mastermind of the plan. In
Okay.
terms of like...
The connection.
Right. She's the connection of like, hey, let me figure everybody out. And then she talks to Bobby. And
yeah.
Bobby's like, fuck yeah, I'll do a hit for some cash.
Okay.
So Bobby says that Marcia / Dusty provided the weapon and she was the getaway car. And he only did the murder for financial gain, had no idea who John Hill was or anything like that.
Yeah.
After Bobby killed John, they all got paid, and Bobby and Marcia ran off to L.A., obviously before this trial, or before the police find them, right? This is in between. So they run off to L.A. together, but they were fighting nonstop, and they both eventually returned to Houston, where they got busted by the police.
Okay.
Bobby confessed to detectives that he killed John after John's mom positively identified him in a lineup. So he kind of like denied it, like, might have been involved in something, but then fully admitted to everything after John's mom, who had also been tied up by Bobby, was like, nah, that's the intruder.
Yeah. He has
And
the
he was
same
like,
gait.
Got me.
Yeah. That old bum knee makes him walk
Exactly.
like that.
So Bobby was due in court for the murder trial when he went on the run and skipped town.
Oh, okay. He wasn't fucking arrested?
No, they were like, you can hang out for a minute.
He's doing services for all the old men in town.
Right? So he didn't get far, though, because he stayed in Texas and he adopted an alias, but it didn't take long for the local cops to notice this new guy in town and to learn that his real name was Bobby. And there's a bolo on a Bobby, right?
Yeah.
When one cop confronted Bobby about his identity, Bobby pulled a gun on the cop and the cop shot Bobby dead on the scene.
Well, to be fair.
I know, but we're in the
Don't
middle of
pull
the
a gun
fucking
on a
trial.
cop.
Let's get all the goddamn details first.
I mean, I feel like we got him.
But Bobby was going down with the ship.
Yeah. He's
Now-
like, I'm not going to do time again.
Right? So Marcia, she was still going to be brought to trial for being an accessory to murder.
Mm-hmm.
She explained how Lila was living with Marcia at the time when Lila came around saying that Ash, who she knew through a close friend, had stated that the only way to get custody of Boots is if John were dead. So here's our motive, the grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
She confirmed that they would meet up at the local hospital or parks for Bobby and Ash to go on walks together to discuss the plans. And then Ash even provided a blueprint of John's home for them so that he would know where to go once inside.
Wow.
Marcia was found guilty of being an accessory, and she got 10 years for her part, but was released after 5.
Okay.
Then Lila was brought to trial, and she tried to distance herself and basically say that Marcia was a prostitute and lying about Lila's part in all of this. But Lila had a clear past of prostitution herself and wasn't known as the most honest individual, so her points didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And she was given 35 years.
Oh my God. How did Ash get nothing? He got off scot-free and she's getting 35 years?
Well, it's always the women who go down for these men crimes.
Right.
So she appealed.
She wasn't even there. Like, she was the connection, but she wasn't there.
Right. Well, girl, they don't fuck around with these hits. I remember watching something where, like, a wife tried to get her husband on a hit, and it was, like, one of those sting operations,
Yeah.
you know? And she got fucking life or some shit. And I'm like, it blew my mind.
See, but I would get that because
Yeah.
that's like the wife is setting it up and do
Right.
it
But, like,
with
why
the
isn't Ash getting
concoction and
that?
all of that. But like, yeah, Ash would be the wife in that situation. Like, he should go down for all of it.
Society loves to see men thrive and
Honestly.
prostitutes get in trouble.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
It's so sad. So she got 35 years, which she appealed, and it got overturned.
Oh, okay.
But the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals reinstated her sentence, and then so she had to go back to prison.
Oh.
She died in prison of breast cancer on May 16th, 1986. But what a fucking heartstring tugger, huh?
Oh my
Back and forth.
God.
You get to be free? Nope, you're locked
Yeah.
up. But you also
Aw.
probably shouldn't be, like, agreeing to do hits on people.
No, I'm not saying that she's not like that
Culpable
she's
in
completely
some way.
innocent,
Yeah.
innocent or whatever, but that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. Like the one that getaway driver got 5 years. Like she
Yeah.
should get 10 maybe.
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
know?
It's crazy. I don't get it either. And it doesn't work for my brain. Like, I need rules.
Yeah, there needs to be some kind of
Not
consistency.
just like a feeling.
Exactly. Like, if these are the rules that we agree upon, let's fucking follow it.
Exactly. So Joan's son Boots, or Robert, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went on to eventually live with Joan's parents, Ash and Rhea Robinson, who decided to move to Pensacola, Florida, to get away from the chaos of their daughter's death because, like, Houston had become very bad for them.
Yeah.
Years
They're
later,
gonna live like kings in Pensacola.
Ash probably was like, we gotta skip fucking town, okay?
I was thinking
Like,
that too.
We're getting away with literal murder here.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta go, okay? And thank God all those prostitutes weren't. That's what they do, though. These rich motherfuckers, they discount victims because of their shady past, like their statements. Like, we can't believe them because they're a prostitute. Anyway, okay, so years later, some of the medical evidence in Joan's death had been examined, and the idea that she might have died from toxic shock syndrome was circulated, but the Houston medical examiner said that there was not enough evidence for him to change his ruling, like the one that had originally, whatever.
That's fair.
But again, toxic shock, I don't fucking know, man. There's bacteria everywhere.
It's probably a lot like sepsis bacteria, or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it's just some fucking bacteria in your hoo-ha that gets in your blood that kills you. That is what happened to her.
Yeah.
Bacteria got in her blood and killed her.
We just don't know exactly how, but we have a
likely
speculation.
Ingested it, yeah. So, this murder has been covered in several books, and there are tons of little details that I didn't even trace down. Like, I was doing this, and I'm like, holy fuck, I thought this was going to be a quick, short, easy one, and there's so many, I could go off on so many rabbit holes again, because I think there's so many more connections, just because of the nature of this story, but I didn't. So, if you know more about it, sorry. It was also turned into a television show called Murder in Texas, where Farrah Fawcett played Joan.
Oh, okay.
And on a last little note, Anne always maintained that she thought that John faked his own death to escape murder charges because when the autopsy came back on John, the corpse had a different eye color and the face was so beat up from the attack that it wasn't recognizable. And so she speculates that maybe he had someone else killed in his place.
Yeah, but
to
Boots
make
saw
it
the whole
look
thing.
like John. Well, Boots saw him after, and he was already unrecognizable, and there was tape all over his face. So, in theory, it could have just been a man, and that's what Anne thinks, but that's another rabbit hole. I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
We got time.
Yeah. Did we ever get a hold of Connie? Was she like, yeah, no, I walked up there with John? I mean, I guess they could have
But
gotten
she ran
any old
away
dude
screaming.
off the street. Yeah. But she would know if she went to the house with, like, a stranger. Or with
Yeah,
John.
no, I know. But, like, what if John knew? Like, somehow someone knew that this was going to happen, alerted him. I don't know. That's a
stretch.
I need more info on that one.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that somebody who we were so willingly ready to believe for everything else also says that he might have faked his own death. And why has this guy got truth serum? Like, was he part of the mob?
See, I don't get that. What is truth serum? I wonder what it was, what the antidote is. Like, is it known? Because it's not a thing now. Like, there's not truth serum now.
Like, on the market?
I wouldn't think. I mean, they don't use it in, like, cases. There's polygraph still. You would think that they would also have truth serum, but it's not reliable. Just like polygraph, right? They'd still offer it if they once offered it or required it. I don't know.
am going to Google, because that is what we do around
Amazon, $23.99. Truth serum.
Comes with a syringe. It just says it's thinking.
Easily ingestible.
Truth serums are real drugs, but they do not force people to tell the truth. Popular media often depicts truth serums as magic injections that force a person to confess secrets. In reality, the substances are powerful central nervous system depressants, usually barbiturates. I'm not going to name off all of those.
Yep.
They essentially act like strong, fast-acting alcohol.
It is a margarita. It just put it right to his fucking veins.
It says there's no universal truth antidote that instantly reverses all effects and magically sobers someone up, but there are treatments to reverse the physical drugs themselves. So there is a drug.
Okay. Just weird. Never heard of it.
So I wonder if he was like, let me practice.
Right.
Maybe that's what he gave fucking Joan, that pill before He gave her the pill before they had the best night ever, and then she was sick right after that.
Right.
But then Anne says it was the poop experiment that she was
gross.
like, that of multiple excretions from a human.
Ugh.
So it probably had pee and, like, I don't know, blood or some shit. You know? Just like everything to make her sick. Anyway, that's my fucking story. Okay?
Well, thanks for that. That's horrifying.
You're
and
welcome.
I'd never heard it before. That's crazy.
I know. And it kept going. And there's probably so much more to go off
Right.
of. I'm just like, wow, that's wild.
They just kept doing shit.
Wonder
digging
where
her up
Boots
and
is now.
all of it. Yeah.
I know.
I wonder what he thinks. Like, he grew up with a murderer.
I know. What
Maybe.
a sad
Allegedly.
story, though, too.
Yeah.
My God. So, on that note, if you guys want to find us on social media, we're on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. If you want to email us, you could do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And if you guys don't already support us and you would like to, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1. You get an extra episode every month, and there are other tiers if you want the behind-the-scenes video footage of each of these episodes, or the unedited audio where you hear us all trying to figure out how to make this magic happen. You could do that there as well, and you get to support your favorite podcast hosts, and we appreciate you.
And also, there is an actual Patreon coming. We are recording it right after this one. So,
Yeah!
Yay!
Bye, guys!
Bye!